आप्यायन्तु ममाङ्गानि वाक् प्राणश्चक्षुः श्रोत्रमथो बलमिन्द्रियाणि च सर्वाणि सर्वं ब्रह्मोपनिषदम् माहं ब्रह्म निराकुर्याम् मा ब्रह्म निराकरोत् अनिराकरणमस्तु अनिराकरणं मे अस्तु तदात्मनि निरतेय उपनिषत्सु धर्मा ते मयि सन्तु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. So all the obstructions that may bound to appear in the process of Shravana Manana, those we have highlighted, and we have seen how this Shanti Mantra, if it is chanted sincerely, it has the potency to eliminate all those obstructions so that our Shravana will be fruitful. That's what we discussed in short. Okay. Now we will go into the first chapter, first mantra. We can chant. Om keneshitam patati preshitam manaha kena prana pratama praiti yuktaha keneshitam vachamimam vadanti चक्षुश्रोत्रं कौ देवो युनक्ति. So Upanishad here is starting with a question of the disciple, and that is a very peculiar question. Why it is called peculiar question? What is that question first? What is the power?
What is the power that
behind the functioning of the mind, the prana, speech, eyes and ears? This is the question. So why is it called a peculiar question? Usually questions that we come across, they all will be within the realm of the senses and mind. You will not ask what is there behind the senses and mind. But here the question is what?
Beyond the senses.
About the very power that controls this very functioning of senses and mind. So that's why we are saying it is a peculiar question. Who will ask such a peculiar question? Only one who is not satisfied in the realm of objectivity will ask. If you are satisfied in the realm of objectivity, you will be carried over by this objectivity, and whatever questions will be in the realm of objectivity. Here he is not satisfied with the realm of object. Why? Why is he not satisfied? Because he has already, morning we discussed in a way, in the last class, there is no lasting happiness. How much ever you exert, what is the use? There is only a fleeting happiness. It appears, some fleeting pleasure is there in the objects, and it will fade away and it will cause again dukkha. Again you have to exert. So he felt this whole process is worthless. So it is worthless to follow the foolish dictates of the mind, he felt. So now the question has come. Okay. He has viveka, this questioner. That is intelligence. What is that intelligence he has? That there is no lasting peace in the objects of the senses. That itself is a big viveka. That intelligence this questioner has. And he also has vairagya towards the sense objects. Viveka, he knew that there is nothing there. Then automatically vairagya will follow that viveka. Why will he go after that still? And he has jijnasa. See, questioner has viveka, vairagya, jijnasa, to know what lies beyond them. Yes? He wanted to know what lies beyond them. Viveka is there, Vairagya is there, Jignasa is there. So before we go forward in this Upanishad, first we have to get into the frame of the questioner's mind. Only then the answer given to such question will be useful to us. So if you have to benefit from the answer that is about to come, we also should be like him. Means we should have Viveka, that there is no lasting happiness. Then we should have Vairagya, not to unnecessarily waste time going after sense objects. And we should have Jignasa to know what is it that is controlling all this whole phenomenon. What is it? Only then we will benefit. Because the answer that is about to come is a very illuminating answer in the next mantra. So we have to understand this question in detail so that we get into this questioner's frame of mind. So what is the question? Keneshitam patati preshitam manaha. What does this mean? Here, willed by whom? Means who is it? Because of whose will all these things are functioning. And who is directing them? Directed by whom? Ishitam preshitam. So prerana, nirdesh. Kaun prerana de rahe? Kaun nirdesh de rahe? Whose will is this that the senses should go? And who is directing them? The mind is entertaining thoughts about objects. But why did the student get this doubt that his mind is in somebody's control? Why?
Somebody, sometimes you see that mind is not listening to him.
Correct. Good. So that is one reason.
Mind works according to his own.
Based on his experience, he feels that his mind is not in his control. Correct. Why is it not in his control? Because he is not able to control even if he wants to control. That's why he is feeling that it is directed by some force. All wanted to lead a decent, happy life. Everybody. And to achieve that, what we have to do, there are some do's and there are some don'ts. To achieve a happy life, everybody knows that. We have to do so and so things and we should not do so and so things. But you will fail to implement that. And you will end up doing what you should not do. And you will not do what you have to do. Even though you wanted to do. Why? That's why he felt there is some force beyond my mind that is controlling my mind. He felt like that, that's all. But today I felt I want to revise the whole class. But then again we became lazy, but I want to do that because that will give. But I was not able to do. Why? Why? Is there something beyond the mind? Doubt, that's all. A doubt can come like that. And he also knows that the knower is different from the known. He knows about the moods of the mind. He knows about his body. He knows about the senses. This itself is enough. That's why he felt that there is something knowing all this, and that is only controlling all this. He felt. That is one reason. The student has studied, or he has learned, or he has come to know the latest physics. What is that latest physics? Recent research is there, no? That by John Dale's Hands. There is one physicist. His research, what he discovered is, it is really mind blowing. His research.
John Dale.
John Dale Hands. So what did he say? Brain activity is there relating to decision making. It is detected 6 seconds before you are consciously aware of the decision. Means 6 seconds before the brain activity is already done, and you don't know that. After 6 seconds you are knowing it. And now you wanted to write this point. Even before that thought, already, your pen has gone there already. There is an activity there.
6 seconds before.
6 seconds before. So in effect, our brain seems to know what is going to happen 6 seconds before we know and we do. You know that experiment using fMRI?
Yeah.
A person was asked to randomly lift left or right hands. The patient is an fMRI observation, functional MRI, and they are imaging his brain. So based on the blood supply and all that, they will know which area of the brain is active for this arm movement. So when the decision is made. So when people are beginning to move a hand, actually the activity in the brain is 6 seconds before it is already seen there.
We receive only the force.
So already decision is made. We don't know about that. So what is it that is taking this decision? Maybe he has gone through all this physics. There are certain nerve cells of the brain, even before you become consciously aware of, they have processed. So he is asking the question, who is controlling my mind? Questioner. Then he is not stopping with the mind. He is saying, Kena prana pratama praiti yuktaha. Willed by whom this pratama prana engages. Pratama prana means here what? That which sustains this life, not just sense of smell. That urja shakti. Who is controlling that, he is asking. What is the function of this pratama prana? The spandana in the body. Urja spandana. The movement. The parinama. That is the result of prana. The urja spandana is the result of prana. So prana has a role in chalana. Movement. Including the movement of the mind. The continuous change that is seen in the illumining nature of the mind is due to prana shakti. That's why now we will see that vritti, spandana, to control that people will do pranayama. Control the prana, mind is controlled. So there is a relation between both. So he is asking, who is controlling this prana? Mind is required to know about this vishayas, tamo vishayas, shabda sparsha rupa rasa gandha. But there is a change continuously in all these things. That is due to prana. Okay. So who is it that is controlling this prana? That is the question. So he did not still stop there. Keneshitam vachamimam vadanti. The organ of speech, willed by whom is it functioning? We all like to speak humbly, softly, pleasingly. But sometimes we do otherwise and create sorrow for ourselves and others also. So we are asking here why our speech is bringing ruin to us. It can be the source of fight between individuals also and nations. Why do we end up like that even when we don't want? So we assume that there is some power apart from all these senses that is controlling them. Chakshushrotram kau devo yunakti. Same way. Willed by which effulgent being. He is telling here, devo yunakti, effulgent being. Does the eyes and the ears engage with their respective objects?
How could he know without this thing?
See, we all want to...
being, he is telling means he knows already.
He knows. That is a common sense for him. Why? See, we all want to see and hear only that.
Maybe it's also possible that he is very much convinced that mind and prana, these are the jada. Then this factor must be effulgent. That's why.
Yes. He mentioned Kau Devo Yunakti, effulgent being. That means he knew the answer to some extent. To some extent he knows. He knew as a hearsay information, but not from his experience. As a hearsay information, he knew it, but he doesn't know it as a his own experience. That there is a conscious phenomenon behind all this perception of the senses. He doesn't know. Experientially, did not get a grasp of it. But he knew that there is some conscious entity because he knew that these are all jada. They don't have a consciousness of their own. So that's why he's asking this question. So the questioner is not an ordinary one. He has viveka, vairagya, jijnasa, and he also has a hearsay information about the power that controls all these, or because of which there is perception happening at the level of senses. So in a way, the disciple wants to know who he actually is. You want to know. That is the question here. Who he actually is. Why? Because he assumed himself to be this body-mind apparatus since childhood and functioned in the world till now with this assumption. Yes, till now he did it. But now he got a doubt. What? That he might not be this body-mind apparatus alone, he felt. He felt that he is not confined to them. Why? Because he is a conscious entity, he said. He is a conscious entity. So he felt effulgent being. So he felt he is not confined to this body-mind apparatus. And they all are known to me. And even when they all cease, I am always there. That is a feeling you also have, everybody has. Means when the Jagrat ends, when the dream starts, do you feel you died? No. There is something there watching the dream. Dream also has ended. Nothing is there. Dream body, waking body is there. In deep sleep, neither of them are there. But you don't deny your existence. This is easily available. No? You asked why he is asked. How does he know? Because of this, he observed his all three states. And he felt there is something in common with all these three, because of which the perception, appreciation of these states are happening. The gross world, subtle world, and no world. So there is a conscious entity somewhere. Conscious phenomenon is there. That is his doubt. So I am not limited by this body. There is. Then who am I? Then who am I? Am I that consciousness or what? He doesn't know. He is asking, who am I? He is telling, who is it that is controlling all this? Whatever is controlling all this should be me.
How?
You should be something or other. No? If you are not all this, then who are you? That we have to find out now. Who am I? That is the question. In a way, this whole question, this mantra, if you have to put it in one line, it is who am I? He is asking. You felt yourself to be this body and mind. Why? Because you can do so many things. But now you got it out that this body and mind cannot do anything of itself. There is something that is controlling it. So if you find out what is it that is controlling that, that will be your
maybe it's real to me.
Why I question? My count who? He said, I am not this because there is some control. Control can be consciousness. So anyway, I am not this. Then who am I? Who am I? If I am not this body and mind which is being controlled, then who am I? Who am I that is without this body and mind and who is still there? Who am I in which the dream is happening? In which the Jagrat is happening and which is there even when these two are not there? Who am I? That is the question.
That technical word effulgent being. वहाँ से उसको ले सकते हैं.
Because he knew effulgent being doubt, how did he get? Because of the three states. So based on the three states, he got a doubt that he cannot be any of these. So now, but he doesn't know who he is. He knows that he is not this. He got a faint doubt that he is not limited to this body and mind. But who am I? Who can I be? So the moment we genuinely get this doubt now, genuinely and sincerely, if you seek for an answer, then you should know that you have entered onto the path of spirituality. The Adhyatmaka Jivan will start at this point. You will doubt that you are not this. And you wanted to know who you really are. Then spiritual life has started. Till then, what all you do in the name of sadhana is only to prepare ourselves to get to this point. Whether they are devotional practices, selfless service, yoga abhyasa, or for that matter, even jnana sadhana also. Why even jnana sadhana? Here what I meant is jnana sadhana by jnana sadhana is which includes everything except jignasa for knowing who he really is. So you can simply go on reading scriptures without even having a jignasa to know what is your real nature. So such jnana sadhana is pointed out here. So you go on reading scriptures, commentaries without even doubting about who you really are. What is the use? Scriptures will not yield the result, the fruit of knowledge, Atma Jnana. Even if you by heart all of them, they will only enable you to recognize what you already are. For that, first you should have a doubt. If you already feel convinced that you are this body and mind, even if they tell, that knowledge will not go into you. So they will be successful if you already have a doubt about your personality, which you assume to be. Okay. Yes, just there is a phrase, no? Who food is of value, is of ultimate blessing only for one who is really hungry. Only for him. So jignasa is very important here, we are saying. So now Guru needs to eliminate all these doubts through his answer. Such a profound question or a peculiar question of this disciple. There needs to be an equally profound answer. Yes? What is that answer that is there in the second mantra? Shrotrasya shrotram manaso mano yat vacho vacham sau pranasya pranaha chakshushachakshu adimuchya dhira pretyasmat lokadamruta bhavanti. The question is, willed by whom are the mind, pratama prana, eyes, ears, vakindriya, how are willed by whom are all of them functioning? That is the question. So answer should be willed by so and so. Anna. It is willed by so and so. But here the answer is what? Shrotrasya shrotram. Manaso manoyat. By the ear of the ear. By the mind of the mind. By the speech of the speech. Prana of the prana. Eye of the eye. What is this? You will wonder, is this an answer? If you ask any question, answer should be direct. You may feel, if you does not know, you should tell that you does not know. What is this answer? Are you feeling like that? Is it a nonsense answer? No. It is not nonsense. If inquired and understood experientially, it will eliminate all doubts that are expressed by him and which are hidden also. So in a way, Guru is saying by telling like that you are not the body and mind. He is first confirming your doubt whether I may not be this body and mind. Based on that, you ask this question. So first the Guru is saying, Shrotrasya Shrotra means, yes, beta, you are not this. body and mind. If you are in the body and mind, you have to be in the realm of all the senses and the mind. But we are telling who you are is Shrotrasya Shrotram. Not this ear, not this eye. It is different from this. So in the same way, Guru said that you are not this body-mind apparatus. It is negating the senses as the source of perception. Manaso manoyat, it is negating the mind too as the source of perception. So in a way, it is negating our assumed identity. How we assume ourselves to be body-mind apparatus. Why? Because we are assuming it is because of this apparatus that we are having the perception of the world around. Why you feel you are the body and mind? Because we feel that it is because of that only we are able to appreciate everything. That's why we are feeling that. Here mantra is negating that assumption. No, it is saying. It is saying no. They are not functioning by themselves. There is something which is other than them. So that means you are not, the answer is you are not this body-mind apparatus. That's all. They are all inert. Who? All those senses and mind which we assume to be responsible for perception, they are all inert. But there is something other than them, because of whose presence is bestowing this sentiency, this chaitanyam to all of them. Different from them, which is giving this sentiency. It's like the magnet. In its presence, all the ion fillings will move around. They may also assume to have some magnetic property, but no. Responsible is different. So here too, they are not sentient by themselves. There is a sentiency, a source of sentiency which is different from them. So you are not this body and mind. You are not them anymore. Then who am I? Then who are you? Who am I? Okay. Your answer is over. You are not this. That's all is the answer. Listen carefully. You are not this. Then who am I? What Upanishad is saying? It is telling first you negate, then you will know. That's all. This is the highest teaching. You negate first. So who has the potency to negate will know. This is the reply of the Guru. Got the sequence? So, who am I is the question. You are not this body-mind. So I confirmed that you are not this. Now you negate that. Then you will know. What the Shruti is saying now, Atimuchya, it is saying. Atimuchya means give up your identity with body-mind apparatus. That's all. You are not that anyway, so you give up. If you give up identity with the body-mind, you will know who you really are here and now. Is that giving up identity with the body-mind easy? Shruti is saying yes. But there is a clause. It is saying provided you are dhira. Atimuchya dhira.
Having common sense.
Dhira. One with intelligence. This is not ordinary intelligence that is seen in the matters of the world or academics. First rank gold medal, not that intelligence here. It is not ordinary, it is an extraordinary intelligence. It's called asadharana buddhi. Means not the regular buddhi. So this we have to understand. who has this will renounce and he will know without any doubt. Work is over. Upanishad is over basically. If we are dhira, if we have this asadharana buddhi, it is the buddhi that will enable you to sail into the unknown with ease, or dissolve the assumed identity with ease. That is the ability. Capability to let go what you are not essentially by remaining as what you essentially are. Okay. How do you know if you have dhira, if you have this asadharana buddhi? If you are, we will not get this doubt only. You will immediately disown the false identity and remain as a real identity. Why? Because you have this. You can renounce and you remain. But if there is such a doubt, then there is something that is obstructing. So in a way, what is this asadharana buddhi? If you say, it is not at the realm of the body mind. Yes? Then what is it? What is there is, it is like it is inviting you to enter into it. So it is an intuition, not individual based intuition, which the Western philosophers talk, not that. It is not an individual based intuition that I am here, I have an intuition that something is going to happen. Not that, that is not the intuition here. Here the individual is not there, but still you have some ease that there is something there. What is it? That is, what is there is inviting you within. Got it? This is the asadharana buddhi. So you let go of what you know and you are not terrified by that because you are given the comfort of what is always there. Comfort of means what? Figuratively, these words are. Because you let go your leg from what you know, because there is a step waiting for you, which you already are, that is holding you and pulling you inside. All figuratively you have to understand. You got it? What I am saying? If you get it, that is enough. But if there is a doubt there, then something is obstructing you. Doubt what? Whether I am dhira, whether I have asadharana buddhi is there, that there is some obstruction is there for you to, it is preventing you to take this leap into reality. What is that obstruction? That obstruction can be in the form of fear, to leave the known and dive into the unknown. That can happen. You want to leave the known and you have to dive into the unknown. How? Even great personality whom we adore, like even our Swamiji. How will you? You have to leave everything and go there. So when you meet divine personalities like Thakurji, that can happen. But then we should be ready, no? Ready for it. Otherwise we will be disturbed. Yes? So in the same way. So in what way this fear can be, we need to understand that. So if you have asadharana buddhi, there is no fear on the way, you immediately take the leap and you recognize who you are. But if there is fear, in what way the fear can be, I am inspired to negate, but what will happen after that? Will I be a loser of negating what is there and not accessing what I aimed for? Haath mein kya hai wo? What is there in the hand, you let go. And nothing is there to hold on. Maybe that is the fear. So Upanishad is saying here, no, it will not happen that way. By declaring, Pretyasmat lokat amrita bhavanti. What is it saying? By renouncing the false identity, you will not be a loser. but you will be the ultimate gainer. Pratyasma lokad amrita bhavanti. You will be the ultimate gainer. You lose unreality and you remain as reality itself. Then you lose self-ignorance and then you remain as knowledge itself, as Atma Jnani itself. You will lose mortality and then you will remain as immortal. Yes? Asatoma satgamaya, tamasoma jyotirgamaya, mrityorma amrita. That is what it is telling here. Pretyasma lokad amrita bhavanti. No need to fear. You will remain as that immortal, changeless reality. So if we lose the assumed false individuality, then you remain as the only reality which alone is there always, and which nature is immortality. Changelessness, that is the thing. Pratyasma loka amrita bhavanti. Traditionally, it is described as immortality after death, some traditional ways. But here we are not talking about after death, while living. We are talking about living. So, what is the version which we should be more concerned about is for this generation of seekers who are concerned more about this life rather than the life after death. What we should take, Pretyasmat Loka means we have to renounce. Renounce what? Mentally, you have so many desires. If you have desires about the world, achievements, then automatically you are cherishing your individuality. Then you will become who you will become. You will become a dukkhi, you will become a sukhi, you will become a kami, krodhi, all that you will become. It's all because of desires. So you renounce, if you renounce all of them, then what will happen? You renounce. How will you renounce?
By knowing dreams.
But they are all holding on to what? All these desires on to one thing, body, mind. I am not this body, mind. You are not this body, mind scripturally. Now if you renounce this, I am not this. Then you are figuratively entering into the world of bliss, where there is ever changing world. Of world is sorrow. Here, no changeless world. That is your Swarupa, which has no change. So, the Upanishad is giving you comfort. Don't have that fear. So, a Dhira will not have fear, and he will renounce and he will own up his real nature. But if you are not able to, then you have fear. Don't have such fear. Don't assume that by renouncing the known, what will I get? No. You will get the ultimate, we are saying, which is your essential nature. Some may have the doubt whether this method of negation is effective. But that is what is preached by Advaita. Advaita means neti neti. It is the cornerstone of Advaita teachings, which emphasizes that there is no need to gain reality. And what you have to do? Only negate what you assumed to be real. You assumed your body, mind to be real. Negate that. Then what remains is the reality. That is only neti neti. The final teaching is neti neti only. Negate. Then whatever is there, that only you are. And this scriptural evidence is there for this. You remember? Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, what does it say? Neti neti. Not only that, in the core mantra of Mandukya, na anta prajna, na Vaiprajna, na Ubhayata Prajna, na Prajnana Gana. Na Prajnam means what? Your individuality completely is denied. What is there? Is that not negation? Na Prajnam, na Aprajnam. Even that also is negated. See? Scriptures also are doing the same thing. Then what is it? If you say, first you negate, then what is there is your experience. And if you have to put that experience in the form of word, then we will say, Ekatma Pratyaya Saram Prapanchopashamam Shantam Shivam Advaitam Chaturtam Manyante. What is that? Sa Atma, that is you only. So what we have to do? Negate and Savigneha. No. No need to do anything here. This path of knowledge, there is no doing. Only recognizing. You negate, that you have to do. Then you know. Okay. Is this method of negation stressed by modern teachers? Ramana Maharshi. Is Atma Vichara? Who am I? Is only this. In a way, it is only this. You question that false identity, he is asking. That's all. Then you know, you remain. What no? You remain as that. You yourself are not there. Then what is there is the real you, he is saying. Even Buddha, what is his teaching? Negate. Completely negate. That's why they made him Shunyavadi. Because he is not even, don't want to tell what it is. Because according to him, if you negate, what remains is understood by the one who has really negated and who has this asadharana buddhi and who doesn't have this, the dhirata. If you tell anything, then he will again have assumptions and he will hang on to that. That again you have to negate. So he kept quiet. He said, you negate everything. What is there as your experience. So why I am saying all this is, don't doubt this mantra. It is already established in our scriptures and Mahatmas also have stressed on it. Okay. Now how to negate? I understand. Now I want to negate. What you want to negate? Everything. How? Everything will exist in us finally as what? In the form of thoughts. Yes. Now your ashram is there. Is there? Where it is there?
Inside.
Huh?
A thought.
As a thought only. It is not there in that other room, no? It is there as thought. Whatever is there in this world, it is there only in the form of thought. Practically looking. Whatever may happen outside, unless you have a thought of it, it is as though it is not there. Okay. So all thoughts are connected to what thought? Ego. I thought. So you question that I thought. Then that will cease to be. This is Ramana Maharshi's way of negation. Question that I thought. Then, because that I was never there, it will cease. So you only have to negate. Then you will know. So that which is responsible for cognition, this is a summary of the mantra, what we discussed now, Kena Upanishad. What is responsible for cognition is not within the realm of our mind and the senses. The intelligent one who gives up identification derived from them, and thereby he will renounce the world, the desires, and will have access to the changeless reality, which is one's real nature. So this asadharana buddhi, how will he develop?
Maybe through his own experience and study of the scriptures, Guru.
Here, asadharana buddhi is basically it is acclimatization to the individuality-less state. So here, if you negate what you will be, you will remain as your real nature. First, you don't have any doubt on this mantra, no? That is clear. No? I summarized it and you understood. Now I am saying because the whole crux will be on you negate. Who will negate? Who has asadharana buddhi? And if you don't have, we said that you may have fear. So don't have that fear. You are not going to lose anything valuable. All the trash only you will lose. And what you will have is the ultimate, we are saying. Okay. But the asadharana buddhi lies the cornerstone. There, whatever you say, it is an outstanding intelligence, or you say it is an intuition, whatever you say. How will you develop that? It is only the ability to remain without ego. So how do you acquire that? Is selfless devotion. Devotion, when you offer yourself completely to the Lord, then you are not there with as an ego. I am a devotee of so and so. That is not there. So slowly you are getting acclimatized to that individuality-less state. Yes, selfless service. There also you are getting acclimatized to that individuality-less state. So that is only called Chitta-Shuddhi. Yes. So if that is there, then once you are given this teaching, you renounce this body-mind, you already know that in that absence of this individuality, not that you cease to exist, there is some joy there. Means there is a appreciation of that infinity. Joy means that only. Individual-less state. So you remain as that. You don't have any fear of that. And you recognize the essence of what it actually is. That is only reality. So this question, what is it that is controlling all this? What is that conscious entity? Who am I? You renounce this body mind, then you will know. Is the answer. Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.